Welcome back to my channel. This is just Chris. I just wanted to catch you guys up on my experience with the cruise that I went on. So I went on a MSC cruise. I believe it was called Seaside. So it was an 8-day cruise. I got to see 6 different islands, 6 different countries in 8 days. So that's always a plus. And I really enjoyed myself for the most part. There were some areas that I didn't enjoy, but for the most part, I did enjoy it. So I will just dive right into my experience. So I will start off with the positive. You always want to start with the positive. So the food. The food was actually pretty good. Not the sweets. The sweets were not good. It didn't have like any sugar in it. I am an American girl. I am used to having loads and loads of sugar. You weren't gonna find it on the ship. Um, a few other things was food was good. I did like the entertainment. There was like several dance classes offered all throughout the day and all throughout the time that I was there. So for people who don't want to get off the boat, there was dance classes like during the day, entertainment at night. So there was a lot to do. So that's obviously a plus. So the entertainment, the food, what else did I enjoy? The ship itself was absolutely immaculate. It was so beautiful. The stairs were like these glass stairs with like little rhinestone. Look, of course they weren't diamonds, but they just were very shiny, and it was very beautiful. So I did like the decor and the layout, the atrium area. You can overlook about, I believe, about 4 or 5 different floors. You can look down in the atrium. It was really pretty. The layout was very beautiful. So the aesthetics was definitely a 10 out of 10. So I believe that's it for the positives. So we'll dive into the not so positives. So my room tenant, he a tenant, whatever, he wasn't the best. He was always forgetting things. Like I ran out of soap, I ran out of tissue, I ran out of tissues, I ran out of things that I feel like if you were really cleaning the room, you would check to see if it's low or if it's gone. I'm like, what do you do when you come and clean up the room? Like you just change the sheets and leave. So that was kind of annoying because I had to always call and ask for extra this or extra that, and I'm like, that should be a part of what you're checking off. So I didn't like that. I did get sick one of the days. Something rumbly tumblies was going on, and I needed some Gatorade. It's nothing like having Gatorade to kind of soothe your stomach. There was not one place in the whole boat that I could buy Gatorade at, and I thought that was really annoying. um, what else? uh the whole boat spoke French. It was a experience like in the French area of the Caribbean, and I didn't know this, so maybe that was my fault. But I felt like they didn't do a whole lot to accommodate for like American. So it wasn't a whole lot of American music. It was some American music being played, but for the most part, like in the clubs and stuff like that, and the dance parties, it was all in French. And yeah, for an American, yeah, it's not that fun. Dancing to a bunch of music you never heard about and you don't know it, you don't know what they're saying. So that was not the best experience. And French people are not the friendliest people. I'm just going to be honest. They're not the friendliest. So it was a different experience had I went on a boat as a solo person with a bunch of American people versus a bunch of French people, you know. But overall, it was fine, but that was just that little part of the experience. I'm trying to see what else as far as the not so good part. I actually have a list. Hang on, let me get it. Okay, so, oh, there was no alcohol. There was no alcohol on the boat. You cannot, well, I take it back. Obviously, there's alcohol for purchase, but like with Carnival and other American cruises, you can bring like 2 bottles of wine or whatever, just like a limitation, of course, whatever else you sneak in there. But they did not allow you to bring any alcohol of your own whatsoever, even though I did. But I bought like these shots and I put it in my bag, and they didn't check that. But I just thought that was like really, really like not one bottle of wine or anything. So of course a lot of people are not gonna like that. I put on here so many extra things to purchase. So obviously with your coverage, with the fee that you pay, you're gonna pay for your food, you know, like the buffets and stuff like that. But I felt like there were so many other food places there and so many other things to pay for extra. And of course, they have to get their extra money or whatever. But I also feel like it was so much extra stuff you had to pay for. And I'm like, you know, when you pay your one flat fee, you should be able to do a whole lot more, you know? But, and it wasn't even a cheap fee at that. They didn't have any ice cream. There was no ice cream. And like the ice cream at the restaurant, like for your nightly dinner or whatever, mm, it wasn't that good. So looking for the soft serve and all that type of stuff, you're not gonna find it with MSC. I put no alcohol, no late dining. I don't know what that means. Oh, no late dining. Um, there was no place that stayed open past 1 a.m. 1 a.m. was their late snack place. So if you get hungry past 1 a.m., you're gonna have to order room service, and room service is not free. Like it said in my brochure thing that I got when I purchased my cruise, it said that room service was a part of it. But when I got there, my new brochure thing said it had like a little star by it and said that there's like a $5 delivery fee whenever they bring you something. And then each item you have to pay for separately, and things ranged obviously in prices. So I'm like, no, thank you. I'll just wait till the morning, you know. So that wasn't the best. So overall, as a solo cruiser, what I recommended, I think so. I think I would recommend you traveling solo on a cruise because it gives you that security and that safety. You know exactly where you're gonna be, and everybody is on the same boat. So it's not like it's not like you're getting lost on an island somewhere. And everything on the cruise ports when you do get off the boat is very easy to get to. So it's not like you're gonna freak out on where you are. You can always just see your boat and get back on if you get, you know, freaked out or whatever. So would I recommend it as a solo person? Yes. Just keep in mind, as a solo cruiser, you are going to pay a lot of money because you're going to be paying for the cabin versus per person. So if the cabin costs $2,000 or $3,000, obviously if you and a buddy go, y'all could split that. But if it's just you, you still have to pay the same amount of money. So if you pay $2,000 for that cabin, you will be paying that whole $2,000 by yourself. So that's the part, obviously. And then just different activities. It requires another person sometimes. And obviously, if it's more than one person to go with, you know. But if it's just you, some things you may have to sit out because you don't have a partner, you don't have anybody to go with, you know. Or if you're doing something like one of the slides or something like that, you would want somebody to record you. And of course, you can get a stranger to do all these things because I mean, that's what I do. But you know, that has its pros and cons. Obviously, if you're traveling by yourself, you're on your own itinerary, you can sleep late, you can get up early, you can go do whatever you want to do. You don't have to worry about anybody who don't want the same schedule as you. And you're free to move about however you want to. If you want to stay later, you can do that. You don't have to consent with anybody or, hey, change your plans, you know. But on the flip side, if you do have somebody with you, you do have those memories to share with them, and you do have someone to look after you for security purposes, like, you know, just somebody just to have your back, you know. So it has its pros and cons, but I think overall, if you are looking to travel, I do think a cruise is a very safe way to go. You will probably spend more money as a solo person, but I still think it's worth it. So that was my experience with MSC Cruises. Will I go with them again? I might. I might, only because of the itineraries that they offer. But we'll see. We'll see. So that's it for now.